How much is enough to retire with? What is the magic number? And how do you know if you've actually hit that number? Whether you're dreaming of beachfront mornings or simply freedom from your 9 to 5, knowing when you can afford to stop working is the ultimate financial flex. Retirement is a significant milestone, and determining what is sufficient requires careful consideration of various factors, including lifestyle, income, needs, and retirement strategies. So today we're going to dive into the detail of how you can estimate this number for yourself, and also some of the other personalized key aspects to help you understand why this number differs from person to person. And yes, I am 25 and already thinking about retirement. But more importantly to me, the possibility of retiring early. There are certain milestones per age which are recommended to reach when it comes to saving for retirement, which allows you to not downsize your current lifestyle. The research guideline is to aim to save at least 1 times your annual salary by the age of 30, 3 times by 40, 6 times by 50, 8 times by 60, and 10 times your annual salary by the age of 67. So for example, if you're earning say $80,000 per annum at age 30, then you would need a total of $80,000 saved up in retirement accounts, investment accounts, high yield savings accounts, tax-free saving accounts, which would be money saved after income tax. When you're 40 years old, your salary at that stage will likely be a lot higher than what it was in your early 30s. And now you'll need to have saved up 3 times your annual income at this stage. Now keep in mind that these milestones are aspirational. You likely won't meet all of them, but they can serve as goalposts to help you make a plan so that you can save enough to meet your current lifestyle in retirement. These saving factors are based on the assumption that a person saves 15% of their monthly income starting at age 25 and includes things like employers matching your amount contributed towards any retirement savings and investing more than 50% of your savings into stocks. That 10 times goal may seem ambitious, but you have many years to get there. The problem is that about 65% of people are not putting enough money away for their retirement, and specialists fear that they won't have enough money for their retirement. That is why if you do start today, you'll be setting yourself up better than a large majority of people in your country. Doesn't matter if they're rich or poor. You'll be surprised by the number of people who earn a good income but still live paycheck to paycheck and who won't be able to support their current lifestyle in retirement. And if you are behind on this guideline by age, then don't worry, as there are certainly ways to catch up. And the fundamental concepts as to how are exactly what we talk about on this channel. So subscribe to join the community. But don't forget that the most important step is to actually stop and take action on your retirement plan. There are 2 main factors when it comes to adapting these recommended goalpost amounts. And that is the age that you plan to retire, as this will have a big impact on the amount that you need to save. The longer you can postpone retirement, for example, working until the age of 70 instead of 67, the lower your savings factor can be. That's because delaying gives your savings a longer time to grow, and you will have fewer years in retirement which you need to withdraw from your retirement savings. Of course, you can't always choose when you retire, as health and job availability may be out of your control. But one thing is clear, working longer will make it easier for you to reach your savings figure. And the opposite is also true if you want to retire early. You either need to have a large retirement savings figure, or you need to have passive income flowing in monthly, which we'll talk about later. The second factor is how you want to live in retirement. In other words, do you expect your expenses to go down when you retire? Or do you expect to spend as much as you do now? Or is that when you plan to travel the world or buy your dream car? If you expect to downsize and live frugally, then your savings factor at age 67 might be closer to 8 times than the recommended 10 times. But if you are planning to travel and increase your current lifestyle costs, then rather increase your savings factor to 12 or 13 times your annual salary at age 67, so that your retirement savings don't diminish too early. Now, what if you are behind these recommended goalposts? Although this isn't financial advice, some general recommendations would be that if you're under the age of 40, the simple answer is to save more and invest for growth through a diversified investment mix. Of course, stocks come with more ups and downs than bonds or cash, so you need to be comfortable with those risks. If you are over the age of 40, then the answer may be a combination of increased savings, reduced spending, and working longer if possible. Now let's talk about a few standard rules that are well known in the retirement industry. The first being the replacement ratio, which estimates how much of your pre-retirement income you will need in retirement. This typically suggests 75% as a replacement ratio, which will allow you to live in comfort based off your current lifestyle. But everyone's needs and spending patterns are different. But your financial needs in retirement may, for example, be higher when taking into account costs of travel and leisure, but healthcare costs will likely increase drastically in later years. This ratio also overlooks individual variability and other passive income streams you may have. The 75% rule is what experts have determined that you will need to cover your expenses once you have retired. So for example, whatever you are earning now, you will only need 75% of your current monthly income to live off per month in retirement. This is because some of your costs, like your house, is most likely paid down by then. Your petrol and consumerism spending will most likely be less, even if your healthcare costs are higher. This is to ensure that you don't outlive your savings. If you have enjoyed this video so far, please like and subscribe, as it will really help to grow our channel. The next rule we're going to cover is the 4% rule. This will probably take you less than 5 minutes to calculate how much money you need to retire one day. So take your annual salary that you will need to retire one day and divide that by 4%. Then you'll get the total portfolio value that you need to accumulate by the time that you retire. This rule has been used by many financial advisors in the industry. Simply put, this rule says that if retirees withdraw 4% of their savings annually, adjusting the rate for inflation every year, then their nest egg will last 30 years. This rule also requires you to split your retirement savings between bonds and shares to decrease risk. But why do we all want a life of financial freedom? And what does that mean to you? For me, it means the choice to one day be able to drop my kids off at school and not worry about rushing to work straight after because I have to pay the bills. It means going on holiday at a more expensive, all-inclusive resort rather than just traveling locally. It means traveling and working from anywhere if I wanted to. And it means creating passive income streams and working hard now so that I am never in the position where I have to work until I'm 70 years old. Most of our ultimate goals come from being able to build up enough wealth to be able to do what we love and buy our time back from an employer who dictates when and where you must spend majority of your time. Now, this is possible even on a low salary. The most important concept is to live below your means so that you're able to contribute towards your savings as early as possible. Start by saving 17% of your salary in your 20s, 22% of your salary if you only start in your 30s, and 42% of your salary if you only start in your 40s. But this is just the guideline, and you can see that the earlier you start, the lower your contributions have to be to have enough in your retirement nest egg. So how can you get there? The first option is to create wealth through active income. This is where you are essentially trading your time for money, as you are actively working for someone who usually pays you a salary or revenue towards your business. Now, if you are like me, then this is where majority, if not all, of your monthly income comes from. The goal here is to live below your means and contribute more than the starting age recommendations so that you can save and invest as much as possible so that your investments have more years for which the compounding effect can occur and grow your money while you sleep, which will create a potential passive income stream for you in the future. If you do have extra time in your week, then you can increase the amount you earn through active income by working an extra job, such as being an Uber driver after hours, or tutoring students in your spare time, or creating artwork over the weekends and selling it. Or because of the flexibility of time and location, an online business is a good place to start, such as freelancing or digital marketing or becoming a content creator. Now, if you ask anyone, they will probably tell you that passive income is the ultimate goal in the financial world, as it is income that you get without having to do anything for it. You will usually have to work hard and set the business up front. But as soon as it is running, you can usually do anything with your day and use the passive income flowing to pay your bills. And there are many different ways to achieve it. But keep in mind that there are no quick or easy ways to make stable and reliable money fast. Everything does take work and effort. Investing in equities in the stock market in dividend-generating stocks is one method to create a passive income stream. The goal is to have enough passive income flowing in every month which meets your monthly expenses. Then you can financially retire and work on whatever other hobbies or businesses you have to create another active income stream which you can use to fund your investments, to grow your investments for retirement. So no matter your age, focus on the goals ahead. And don't be discouraged if you aren't at your nearest milestone, as there are ways to catch up to future milestones through planning and saving. The key is to take action. The earlier, the better. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the Money Minded Co, and I'll see you in the next video.